really loud. Holy shit. This is going to be a unscripted video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my Blu-ray collection, and then I've got my DVD collection over here as well. Instead of doing all of my home video in one go, I wanted to save the VHS for another day, because I have a lot of VHS that I can go through. Without further ado, here's my Blu-ray and DVD collection. Let's start a fire, baby. So the first thing I want to show off is the Star Wars trilogy. Pretty sure you can see that. Unfortunately, as you know, all the Star Wars fans know, you can't get the original cuts. You can just get the George Lucas altered ones. I got those as a gift from my dad on Christmas, which was great. Along with that, I also got this, The Nightmare Before Christmas. A lot of people think Tim Burton directed the film. He did not. He was a producer, and it's based off of a story that he came up with. It is so hot. It is so fucking hot in this room. But it's directed by Henry Selick, who would go on to direct James and the Giant Peach for Disney, which is a VHS that I have, and we'll get to that in a future video. Yeah, this is a great movie. I never got to see it during the holiday season, Christmas or Halloween, so I'll have to check it out in 2020 during that time period. Next, this is something I bought in the spur of the moment at Target, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This isn't actually the front, but the front, here's the front. I really enjoyed this movie because it's sort of just Quentin Tarantino doing his own thing. I just like it for what it is. It's a simple story, told well, good film. Speaking of movies that start with Once Upon a Time in the West. This movie is really good. I just came across it on Netflix one day and decided I was going to watch it because I wanted to see a Western. And it turned out to be one of my favorite movies, I think, ever. I think one of my friends has seen it. This movie sucks. This is Thor: The Dark World. A lot of people say that this is the worst Marvel movie. I disagree, but we will get to that. This is Mr. Robot, the complete series. Great, 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 great. This is a great TV show. It's up there with Breaking Bad as far as incredible television dramas. It's the only thing I've seen Christian Slater in where I liked him. Here's Parasite. I don't know if I need to go on about this movie too much. It won the Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival, and then it went on to win the Oscar for Best Picture, Best Foreign Picture, Best Screenplay, and Best Director. Me in the editing bay. If I'm right, show me here.
Yes.
Thank you. So it's an awesome movie. I don't think I need to speak on its behalf. Midsommar, or Midsommar, or Midsummer. I've heard it pronounced many, many ways, so it doesn't terribly matter how you pronounce it, because it's a great movie. Really beautiful daylit horror film, which I feel like is less about the horror and it's more about this relationship falling apart that happens over the course of the film. The performances feel very honest. Florence Pugh gives a really good performance. I'm really sad that she wasn't nominated for Best Actress in Leading Role for an Oscar. She was nominated for Best Supporting for Little Women, but I thought she was much better in Midsommar. Yeah, that's a movie I think everyone should see. It might disturb the hell out of you, and you might never want to see it again. You might also just not like it. It's not really for everybody, but I really enjoyed it. Kind of wish I had waited for the director's cut, because that Blu-ray is going to be fucking awesome. Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. This is often hailed as his best performance in his whole career. I think the only movie that is comparable to his performance in Taxi Driver is his performance in King of Comedy. He plays sort of a similar character, but I feel like he has a lot more range in King of Comedy and is able to show off a much more outwardly mentally disturbed person in that movie. But here you get to see that same level of mental illness, but it's a lot darker. It's a much more serious film. It's like if Joker were good. Maybe that's not a good comparison, but I think you should watch it if you liked that movie. So those are all my Blu-rays. Gonna move on to my DVDs now. I'll start with my sleeve. Ye old DVD sleeve. I'm not gonna go through everything in here, just because I don't recognize everything in here. Half the stuff is stuff that my parents watched, but I just appropriated this when I moved into my apartment. The printed cover on a DVD is never as interesting as the case that it comes in. and none of these movies have cases, so I'm just not going to bother. I'll just tell you what I have, and you'll have to believe that I have it, because that's all you have to go off of. This is a fucking internet video. You can't, unless you know me, you can't track me down. Tom and Jerry's Greatest Chases, The Matrix, which I've never seen, Christopher Walken Saturday Night, SNL Best of Christopher Walken. That's when SNL was still funny. I have not seen When Harry Met Sally. Wizard of Oz. I love Wizard of Oz. I actually came up with a treatment back in 2018 for like a modern retelling of Wizard of Oz. It's something I'll probably never do or get the budget for. It's about this person dealing with addiction who feels very jaded from her life. Like Dorothy was, like, her name was shortened to just Dot to give it more of a modern flavor, I guess. It sort of takes the same angle that this movie does, where it's all a dream that she's having. It's all a drug trip that she's having in the version that I wrote. That's enough about me. I could go on about this shit, but Secrets of the Furious 5, that's the Kung Fu Panda directed-DVD special. Might watch it again. I'm dying. Amelie. I like Amelie. I haven't seen this movie in so long. I saw it when I was a freshman in college, intro to film class. I mentioned this in the VHS video. It's the Super Mario Bros. And Heathcliff DVD. It's like a demo DVD. So it was like a promotional thing. I don't know why we got it. So it was like a couple episodes of Heathcliff. I think it was like just one episode. And it wasn't even, I don't think, a full episode. If it was really disappointing and short and bad. Anyway, Heathcliff is just a Garfield knockoff. It had kind of a fun little intro. Heathcliff, Heathcliff, no one should terrify the neighborhood. Now you've got it stuck in your head. Now I don't. I still do. I always will. How I Met Your Mother Season 1. Friends Season 2 is in here. The Best of Friends Volume 1 and Volume 2. I don't watch Friends, so it doesn't matter. Purple Rain, which maybe I should see that. Over the Hedge. I don't like that movie. I really liked it as a kid, but it really... What's the opposite of when something grows on you? I outgrew it. Austin Powers 2 and 3 are in here. Okay, gotta start speeding through this shit so we can get to the actual interesting DVDs. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. SNL Christmas. Forget Paris, good movie. Midsummer Night's Dream. I was in production of that play. Ice Age the Meltdown, I hate that movie. Alvin and the Chipmunks, I hate that movie. Kim Possible the movie, I actually don't hate that movie. The Mummy Collector's Edition, awesome. We like our boy Brendan Fraser. Oh shit, I have X-Men in here? Or is this X-Men 3? Lion King 1.5. Oh wait, I think this is X-Men. This is X-Men 3. This is the behind the scenes of Forrest Gump. I don't know why I don't have Forrest Gump. The Mummy Returns, I don't think I've ever seen this. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Matrix Reloaded, I think is just the second one. Kung Fu Panda 2. Not Kung Fu Panda 1. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone special features. Not the movie. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. How did I not know I had this? Because it didn't look well enough before. Tombstone. Moulin Rouge. Haven't seen it yet. The Last Airbender. Not the show, which is good. The movie, which is bad. Batman, the movie. The, like, 60s one. The super old one. Oh, okay, we're done with that. Thank God. Talk about this in a little bit, because I'm gonna do a future video, so we'll tease for the end and I'll tell you what's coming next. Beetlejuice is not in its case, so I've got it in the CD jewel case. Amadeus is a good movie. This isn't the director's cut, which is the best version and also 3 hours long. It's like, this is like the PG home release. Good movie. Bad movie, I can tell you that even though I haven't yet seen it. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Based on a book that I read when I was a kid with my mom that I thought was really interesting, but got turned into this awful movie with Steve Carell and Jennifer Garner. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. This actually has the teaser that I talked about in the teaser trailer video. It has like a different version of it, which is weird. I didn't know there were alternate versions of that trailer. 3 theatrical trailers, so I guess it has all of them. This is the widescreen version, which was new at the time. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna die. Here's Reservoir Dogs, Tarantino's first feature film. This is the 10-year special edition from 2002. So it's got the original widescreen presentation, and it also has a 4:3 presentation for old CRTs. Dark Knight Rises, which I've talked about. I like this movie. People don't really like this movie, but I like it. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That was originally in the sleeve. But I recently went home and I found this DVD case, so I brought it here because I knew I had the disc. And so, bada boom, bada bing, here it is. Juno. This is another one I haven't seen yet, but I got it at a thrift store along with Alexander and the Horrible No Good Very Bad Day, or whatever the title of that fucking movie is. But I've seen bits and pieces and I like what I've seen. Yeah, I like Ellen Page, I like Michael Cera. My foot's asleep. I'm gonna do the rest of the video like this. Okay, this is the worst Marvel movie. The Incredible Hulk starring Edward Norton, and Tim Roth is also in this. And it's really bad. People always say Dark World is the worst one, but no. Thor the Dark World is just boring. That is its worst sin, is that it's unmemorable. Incredible Hulk is actually bad. It's kind of fucking irredeemable, which is why they moved forward without Edward Norton. Well, because also Edward Norton's a fucking prick and he's hard to work with. It's such a fucking bad movie. It's no wonder he got recast. And last, but definitely not least, we have this little beauty. This is Shredder Orpheus. This DVD has a story. The head of the film department at my university is doing this project called Reapers of the Night, which is, it's like a skate rock movie that he's also doing the soundtrack for with his band, the Red Reapers, and he wanted to get students to work on it. And so part of that was he wanted to show us the inspiration, which is Shredder Orpheus. And Shredder Orpheus is maybe my favorite so bad that it's good movie ever. I'm gonna do a review of it and I'll tell you about it in depth pretty soon. Yeah, it was just, he had a stack of these DVDs in his office, and so he would give them out to students upon request, and I managed to get my hands on one. I had a fucking ton of chicken wings earlier today. Anyway, I'm probably going to record this Shredder Orpheus review right now, so do not be surprised if I'm just wearing the same fucking thing in the Shredder Orpheus video. Anyway, yeah, that's my my collection on disc of all the movies and TV that I have. If you want to borrow some, let me know and I'll start a Patreon. The $15 reward will be I'll send you one of these DVDs. Wouldn't that be interesting? Anyway, I think our time here is over. Yes, 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 Daddy likes.